Hello students, we have been conducting a lecture series on biological classification, which is the second chapter of class 11 biology. In the previous video we had discussed about photosynthetic autotrophic bacteria. Today we will discuss about chemosynthetic autotrophic bacteria. But before moving further, I would once again like to remind you, if you haven't subscribed my channel, please subscribe it. So what are the characteristics of chemosynthetic autotrophic bacteria? These oxidize various inorganic substances. What would they do? They oxidize various inorganic substances like nitrates, nitrites, and ammonia. And they use the released energy. They use the released energy for ATP production. And they also play a great role. They also play a great role in recycling nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus, and sulfur. So, what are the characteristics of chemosynthetic autotrophic bacteria? These oxidize various inorganic substances like nitrates, nitrites, and ammonia, and use the released energy. The energy which is released is used for ATP production. And they play a great role. Chemosynthetic autotrophic bacteria, they play a great role in recycling nutrients. In recycling nutrients such as nitrogen, phosphorus, and sulfur. The another one is heterotrophic bacteria. First one was photosynthetic bacteria, photosynthetic autotrophic bacteria you can say. The second one was, or the B, chemosynthetic autotrophic bacteria. The third one is heterotrophic bacteria. So what are the characteristics of heterotrophic bacteria? They are mostly decomposers. They are mostly decomposers. How? And they are also helpful. How they are helpful? In making first curd from milk. Making curd from milk. Production of antibiotics. How do they produce antibiotics? That's a different thing we will discuss at length when we will move forward. And they also fix nitrogen. They also fix nitrogen in legume plant roots. In legume roots. They also fix nitrogen in legume roots. Some of them are pathogens. Some of them are pathogens. Some of them are pathogens which cause disease, and they cause disease like cholera, tetanus, and typhoid. So heterotrophic bacteria, what are the characteristics of heterotrophic bacteria? Mostly they are decomposers and they are helpful in making curd from milk, in production of antibiotics, and in fixation of nitrogen in legume roots. And they are also pathogens. This cause diseases like cholera, tetanus, typhoid. Cholera, tetanus, and typhoid. Mycoplasma. Mycoplasma. They are also known as PPLO. They are also known as PPLO. It means pleuropneumonia-like organisms. Pleuropneumonia-like organisms. These are the smallest living cells. They completely lack cell wall. They completely lack cell wall, can survive without oxygen, and many of them are pathogenic. Many of them are pathogenic in plants and animals. So, what are the characteristics of mycoplasma? It is also known as PPLO, pleuropneumonia-like organisms. It is the smallest living cell known, and here they don't have cell wall. They completely lack a cell wall, and they can survive without O2. They can survive without oxygen, and they are pathogenic in plants and animals. So, how does reproduction take place in bacteria? Bacteria mainly reproduce by binary fission. We all know that. Binary fission. But when the circumstances are not favorable, they produce spores. They also produce sexually by the primitive technique of DNA transfer from one bacteria or bacterium to another. So, how does reproduction take place in bacteria? Bacteria mainly reproduce by binary fission. But when the circumstances are not favorable, they produce spores. They also produce sexually. How? By the old technique of DNA transfer from one bacteria to another. So let us have a look at a figure. Let us draw in this manner. You can draw a nice figure from the book. I am just giving you a sample. So what is it? It's cell membrane. What is this? This one is cell membrane. This is cell wall, and this is DNA. And then what is this? This is reproduction by generally fission. How does the this is the figure of a dividing bacteria. So we have here the cell wall, cell membrane. This one is the cell wall. We have DNA. So that's reproduction in amoeba by fission, generally fission. This is a dividing bacterium. So that's all for today. We have completed the lecture series on Monera. In the next video, we will move towards the kingdom Protista. Until then, keep enjoying yourselves and don't forget to subscribe my channel and like and share my videos.